Good. Tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Cyrusinterview20190522. I'm from the Philippines. Currently, I'm staying here in Bacolod City, and I have been teaching English online for 10 years now, 10 plus years actually. I taught Chinese, Koreans, Japanese, Arabs, and I can teach basic, intermediate, advanced English, as well as business English, TOEFL, IELTS, TOEIC. Yeah, and also I could teach from kids to adults. And well, I'm very enthusiastic, and well, I could provide fun class with with my students, and I'm very much willing to learn. That's
Okay.
about it. Yeah.
Why did you decide to apply in our school?
Well, I came across your website, well, actually on Facebook, and well, I said to myself, I think it's a very good company, and I just would like to try and take my chances because, in the first place, teaching is like my passion, and I really would love to meet new people, students, learn their culture, have fun with them in class. It's just about my thing, and I believe that your company is one of the best, and I would really love to be part of your company.
Okay. Do you think you are an introvert or extrovert?
Well, actually, you know, um, that's a very interesting question. For me, it's quite confusing because I believe I start out as an introvert, but recently I tend to become not really that much, but I tend to become extrovert. Maybe I'm on the ambivert level.
Mm-hmm.
Please um, give me chance to explain, ma'am. Because I took a test, a psychological test. Actually, it's more of a personality test online, and I just realized that I have this INFJ-B personality type, which means that I am more of an advocate. I could consider myself as an ambivert because I could adjust from introvert by being introvert and then an extrovert. So meaning I could work alone, but I could also work with a team. I'm also a team player. So yeah, so far that's my realization about personality type.
Well, they say that an ambivert person is usually being confused. I mean, most of the people are confused because of that personality. So,
Yeah, I really hope it's not really that bad, but it's just my personal assessment. I'm
yeah,
sorry
I
if it's
think
really
so.
bad, but yeah.
I think so. It's not because I think I'm ambivert as well. So,
Uh, really?
okay. Yeah,
So
I
we're,
think
we're
so.
so we are the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then I didn't, you know, take any exam, psychological exam, more
Mhm.
on just personal, you know, what kind of bird are you? Because there is also this examination. If, based on what kind of bird you are, let's say you're an eagle, dove, or owl, it
Mhm.
describe your personality based on those birds. Okay, so
Yeah.
next, since you mentioned you've been teaching for 10 years, what is your best asset as a teacher?
My best is there are a lot actually that I developed through the years, but for me, my best asset would be my because I usually um, integrate or imbue psychology to my teaching, and also since I'm a graduate of psychology and also nursing, so my best asset would be building rapport with other people, particularly with my students. I think it's key because if we could build a good rapport with other people, particularly with our students, I think everything will just go downhill. Everything will just smooth sailing, if I may say that. So I think that would be my best asset. I could connect with other people easily and build a good rapport.
Great.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. All right.
Okay, so since you said that, uh, of course, those are your asset, but what is the most important characteristic a teacher should possess?
Well, based on what I've mentioned earlier about my personality type, I think I'm more of a perfectionist, but I'm not sure if I could consider that as an asset. Maybe sometimes it becomes a liability, but being a perfectionist, I think I could get the job done without any backlogs or whatsoever.
Hmm.
So I tend to be more competent. If I may change my answer just a while ago, if I may, I could change that to, okay, competency. So I'm very competent
Hmm.
in teaching in particular. So I have teaching certifications such as TESOL, and I also have Take AT and other teaching certificates. So, and then I'm a tenured teacher with years of experience, not to brag myself, modesty aside, but I think I'm very competent.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm saying I'm looking at your resume right now. It seems like wow. I'm just curious. So are you currently employed right now?
No, ma'am. I'm looking for a job. Actually, I've been sabbatical for about a year now because I tried this. I have a friend actually. This is supposed to be a secret, but he is connected with treasure hunting.
Hmm.
So, and then he told me about it since we're close friends. So I tend to, you know, it's just like a we have this treasure maps, World War II times, Japanese times, like we're talking about Yamashita kind of deal. So well, I tried it, but unfortunately, so far we haven't recovered any treasure. So and then I decided to go back in teaching because treasure hunting I think is not really for me, and it's very tiring and dangerous. But if it could hit, uh, if we could find treasure, so it's a one-time deal. We're gonna we're gonna go big time, and But for me, it's better to work and to go back to my first love, which is teaching. But by the way, I'm not making up stories. That's a real story, ma'am.
No, I,
Yes.
I I understand because my aunt is also she's been into treasure hunting also before.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, so I can definitely connect what you just said. They were able to find some, but of course they need to spend money also, of course,
Yes.
traveling, so forth. Yeah, so I can
It's
definitely
very it's
I understand.
very yeah, and the dangers as well.
Right.
We go to the mountains, go somewhere. It's very dangerous. So but it's worth it. I think if you find or hit gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. How do you measure students' learning level?
Well, through the years, I've developed this um if I could call it like an insight or a discernment. I could discern students if they belong to the low beginner, intermediate level, or advanced. So I could adjust easily. Before it, when they started before, when I teach basic students with basic levels or low beginners, and then I shift to advanced. it gives me a headache. We're talking about ABCs here from basics, and then you jump to advanced level. So it will give you a headache. But eventually, I try to manage it. Sometimes it still gives me headaches, but I'm immune to it. I could adjust and jump from one level to another. All right, and then I could assess students. By the way, I'm kind of lost. What was your question again? Could you please repeat your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, how you measure students' learning level.
Uh, okay, I'm sorry. I go beyond. Um Students level. Yeah. So going back, I assess the students level. For example, if they are beginner or intermediate level or advanced. So I focus more on their comprehension first, and then with their pronunciation. Uh, it depends because if I have like if the student is a kid or children, so they have a different approach. Unlike with adults, because I also taught IELTS and TOEFL, so we also use some like rubrics there, right, or indicators. But so far, I'm really good at categorizing students and giving them a level or score which is really near or most probably uh, fit for their level. I don't know if I answered your question
Mm,
correctly, but
yeah,
yeah.
yes. So, how about if your student has a behavior problem or
Yeah,
problems in class? How do you deal with those students?
that's usual. Before I have had this student, a kid, and he's having like tantrums during class. So like in the middle of the class, he doesn't want to continue or listen. So what I did, I shift my approach. I didn't really focus on the lesson for quite some time or during the time, and I shifted to like a playful slash game interactive class, and it really worked. I gained the attention of my student, and in the end, well, the student was really happy, including not only the student, but also the mom. Well, actually, the parents, the mom and the dad, and the student. Well, I gained the retention bonus because the mother enrolled the student again in the class, and not only that, the mom referred some of the parents to me. So the client was really happy. I was really happy because I got the bonus or the incentive. It's like
Mhm.
everyone is happy. So yeah.
Okay. So, what if your student has um, difficulties in learning, or let's say they don't understand the lesson? How do you deal with that?
Oh yes. Well, first of all, we have or have had a lot of experience about that for most, especially for the beginner students. So what we usually do is, for example, they don't know the word. So we could use like pictures. I don't know, it depends because some of the accounts would not encourage using Google Translate. So it depends, but some would allow it, so it would also help. But for Chinese students, I think it's not really advisable to use Google Translate because it's not that reliable. So what I usually do, if the student doesn't know the word, I use pictures. Like for example, I could use this snipping tool. I could get it from some sources like Google Images. And then, yeah, for example, if the student doesn't know the meaning of a horse, so he or she will ask, "Teacher, what is a horse?" So I will give him or her a picture of a horse, and then he or she will say, "Oh." Then we proceed to the next slide, or we could finish the class with clarity and, with a successful class in general.
Okay, good. Um, Cyrus, how do you rate yourself in terms of using technology?
Uh, for now, I could rate myself 9. Yeah,
Okay,
8.5 to 9.
all right. Well, for our school, we're just using Skype.
Is
Uh,
it from 1 to 10? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, one.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So the scale is one to 10. So
Yeah.
I could rate myself as 8 or 8.5.
Okay. Well, anyways, like I've said, in our school, we're just using Skype, Google Doc, and Screencast, and
Screen
also
test.
Hangout. Screencast, it's like an app for you
Mhm.
to record your class
All
while you're
right.
having it. So there's no much of troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in the event that we're gonna hire you, what are your expectations in our school?
Well, I expect the best because I have this feeling that, well, actually, um, since I've mentioned to you that I have this INFJ-B kind of personality, I have this like the gift of discernment, and I discern that your account is really good, and I could expect the best. And since I'm the best, or one of the best, or I'm working towards it every day, because I believe that learning is a continuous process, but I really strive my best to become the best or one of the best. And I believe that your company is the best or one of the best, and I really would like to work with the best. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what contribution can you give to our school then?
Well, I could contribute a lot. Positive things. Right. So, first of all, um, I could become a rock star to your account. It's not really a promise, but at least I could give my 101% or my best, and I could gain or attract more students. I could have a higher retention rate for the re enrollment. I don't know if you have that, but I believe that I could become a rock star and gain more students to enroll and have those retention. I hope there's like a bonus because it will really become handy. But if not, it's okay. But I think I could attract more students, so that's one. And okay, secondly, I could promote your company. I think I could become a great or yeah, like a great asset to your company by working hard and giving my best, and also becoming motivator to other teachers or tutors, whether it's a home base or office space. But I could make friends with them, and we could have like uh, con- connections. I could work on that. I could motivate other people or teachers, and I could help to further promote your company to grow, because I also would like to grow with you, ma'am, to your
All
company.
right.
Yeah.
Now give me a reason why we should hire you.
Yeah. Well, I would like to answer that question with a question, if I may. If I could ask, is there a reason why you should not hire me? But okay, to answer that question, I think the first reason is I'm competent. I fit the role. It's not really it's not arrogance, but Okay, maybe I have some things to improve. I'm not really perfect, but I believe that I have this confidence and I could really prove it to you if you could give me a chance. Number two, or second, um, well, because I need a job. Okay, and that's where you come in. If you would give me a chance, I will not let you down, and I will prove myself that you didn't that it's not a wrong choice for you or something that you would regret in the future. Okay, so I could only think of two reasons, but I I would stick to the former. Yeah, because I'm competent and I fit the role.
All right, so congratulations, Cyrus. You passed the initial interview.
Wow,
So,
thank you very much. Okay,
all right.
I'm
So,
really
are
having
you
like a heart attack right
okay?
now.
I'm sorry.
Uh, I'm fine. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
please continue, ma'am.
Alrighty. So, are you okay for demo teaching tomorrow at 6 p.m.?
Yeah, sure. Six p.m. tomorrow. All right.
Yes.
Confirm, ma'am. All right.
Okay. So, I'm gonna send you a copy of our material. So,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna use that for your demo tomorrow. Okay?
All right. I have a quick question.
Sure.
So the demo tomorrow at 6 p.m. would be on Skype, or we will use a platform?
Yeah, it's just Skype and your
Okay. All right.
Google account. Yeah.
Okay. Noted, ma'am. It is noted.
Okay, good. So the book is already shared to the head of the school.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you don't need to share your screen or whatnot. So because some of the applicant were actually asking if they need to share their screen, but this no, you don't need to do that. So you
Mm-hmm.
could just
Okay.
proceed with the demo right away.
All right.
Yes,
And the demo is good for 25. How long is the demo?
I think it's just 15 to let's say
15. All right.
20. Yeah, 15 to 20. I think that would
Okay.
be okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I already did send copy of the material.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions for me, Cyrus, about the school?
Yeah, I have like a couple of questions, but I will just have one question, if I may.
Hmm.
So,
Yes.
so the schedule is like, or is it a booking system, or do you offer like a fixed rate?
Yeah, fixed rate. You
Fixed
have
rate.
your
Mhm.
yeah, you have your regular students.
All
So
right.
you mentioned earlier that you have this capability to persuade your students to re-enroll or, this
Mm-hmm.
retention. So once, let's say, your student always renew their contract with you or with the school, then definitely you always have a renewal bonus of 500 pesos every
Wow.
time they renew their contract. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. I will try my best.
So this position is only part-time, so it can be the schedule would be 7 p.m. until 12 midnight. So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Okay.
most of our peak hours, and we have seldom students in the morning or in the afternoon because our
Mm-hmm.
students are working professionals. They are Taiwanese and
All right.
just have few kids or young learners for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could work, at any level, but I could also teach adults. It's also like my forte.
Wonderful. Because for adults, you don't need to have a video class, so it's just more on audio.
Audio class. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that information. I will just have one question for now. I would like to learn more about your company's culture, but I will just reserve that when I got in the future. Okay, but for now, I will just have it one step at a time. My goal, my primary goal is to ace the demo because I think it's key. It's my ticket to get in or to be
Absolutely.
hired, and we will just work from there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time, Cyrus. Have a great
Thank you
weekend.
very much. I really appreciate your time as well, and looking forward to working with you soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Bye now.